Here at the European Society of Cardiology meeting, I'm speaking with Dr. Michael Barrett of Pennsylvania, who has some bad news about the auscultatory skills of cardiologists. You tested them in roughly 1,100 cardiologists and found them to be, how would you characterize it?
We said they were alarmingly low. This group of 1,100 cardiologists, when we tested them on basic murmurs, things like aortic stenosis and mitral regurgitation, they only recognized 47% of those murmurs, which is, in my opinion, alarmingly low for a cardiologist.
In any school, that would be an F grade.
Yes, I'm afraid if medical students tested out at that level, they would indeed fail the course.
So, how did this state of affairs come to pass?
Well, actually, I've been teaching and testing auscultation skills in medical students and general internists for a long time, and we moved on to cardiologists, and I expected them to do much better on basic murmurs. And I was really surprised and a little bit shocked that they didn't even recognize half of these murmurs. Auscultation has been around for almost 200 years, and cardiologists in general are considered the group best trained in this skill.
How did they stack up against the primary care docs?
Actually, no different. Primary care physicians also recognized about 45% of basic murmurs, so there was no difference.
What's the explanation for the deterioration?
Well, you'll get different explanations from different people, but most people believe that since the advent of two-dimensional echo 35 years ago, auscultation has not been formally taught in fellowships. When it's not formally taught, it's not learned. And once you get through your training, if you don't learn it, you're not going to pick it up later. So I think it's a skill that is not valued and not formally taught now.
Well, in the near future, aren't all cardiologists going to be walking around with a handheld ultrasound device in their pocket?
There are many people who think that that is true, and I have to tell you, I have one of those devices. It takes approximately 4 times longer to do a 2D echo exam on a patient than to auscultate them. So 2D echo as a daily means of screening patients is not going to be very time efficient. I think the stethoscope will make a comeback as a time efficient screening tool.
So you have created an educational course to beef up these skills. Tell me about it.
Yes, the course is based on some psychoacoustic research that shows that the human brain, when it wants to learn a new sound like a heart murmur, needs to hear that murmur 400 times. And our training program is built on that principle. In fact, all these cardiologists in this experiment listened to each murmur 400 times, and afterwards they scored between 88 and 93% accurate in recognizing these murmurs.
B+ to A.
Definitely an A at that level, yes.
Do you have any information as to the durability of their improved skills?
Yeah, we have some data, not from cardiologists, but from other groups, that once you learn a murmur, if you're hearing it every day, you keep the skill. But if you're not hearing it every day, in about 12 months, it's likely that it's gone. So if you're not hearing these murmurs, you need to retrain about every year.
And you are the director of this program, the ACC Heart Songs program.
I'm listed as the editor-in-chief, and I'm basically the person who created the content, and I run this program each year at the annual ACC meeting.
And how can cardiologists access it?
Actually, you can either access it at the ACC meeting, it's called the Heart Songs Learning Lab, or most of the universities in the United States have access to this program through a program called CardioSource Plus, where they can download this entire catalog of murmurs and learn it on their own.
Well, thanks very much. Nice talking to you.
Thank you.